Good evening, Jackson Jills, and welcome to another exciting matchup of Echo Arena presented by VRML. In the studio tonight is me, myself, and I here on VRML 2. I am SirDimwi, working the cams and the vocal box tonight for this matchup between Deception and Invictus. Deception walking in here to this one with an MMR of 1140, a record of 4-7 after 201 I am not using my words correctly. 2-0 win versus Boosty Boys last Friday. That is Deception picking up a 2-0 victory versus Boosty Boys last Friday. And then Invictus walking into this one, an MMR of 1130, a record of 3-4 after a 2-0 win versus 18 and under last night. So yeah, both teams coming in off victories into this one here. I'm very curious to see how these two are going to play against each other. Deceptions tonight we'll be playing with Link 1, Dollar Ranger, Mozzie, and I Blow It Sports. And Invictus will be playing with Swagger Nuts, Cyanide VR, Grief, and Princess AG. And definitely a matchup that could be pretty equal. I could see either team proving to be the better one here. I really have no predictions personally coming into this one. I will check the connoisseur vote just out of curiosity. It looks like Deception is heavily favored over Invictus, 27-2. But despite that margin there, I'm not totally convinced that Deception is that much of the favorite here, as Invictus has been proving themselves pretty fairly competent over the last few weeks. In the chat, I do see Alacost. It's got to be, let's see, it's 10 o'clock here. So over in Frenchland, it's got to be, let's see, a UTC, we're plus what? Plus 4, so like plus 5. So it's got to be like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., buddy. Well, I guess it is a Friday night. I know I've been up that late myself quite a bit over the years. Rather frequently, actually, until recently. Recently, I've been on a rather normal sleep schedule. But, excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Give me one moment. Let me clear my throat here. It does sound like the teams are about ready to go here, right on time. And they were asking if they could start. They were asking a little bit earlier if they were good to go. And I said, yeah, I let them know we are a little bit early. Oh, and Alacost, yeah, of course, the quarantine. My state under quarantine as well. I'm trying not to think too much about it because that is the world that we currently live in. But yeah, that's why I deal in escapism. And yeah, so we do have one team ready up here. I see Kim Zool in the chat again. What's up, Kim? I saw you in the chat earlier for, what was that, the Infinite game? I do believe it was. And yeah, so we're just waiting for. There we go. We got the other team readied up, so I will take us to the gameplay screen. If if I can. My up deck is not connected, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the teams are away as I try to get my up deck ready and going, and it is gonna be won there initially by Deception. Jumping in, there we go. And they did get it into that Invictus bubble, but it will be into the hands of Grief up to Swagger Nuts, and Swagger gonna take his time with this as he moves it through, sends it in deep to that Deception bubble. Maybe a little bit of lag there. I hope it's not me. As a little teleporting disc there. Link 1 sending that one back to I Blow It Sports. And Sports going to send that one up to Dollar Ranger. And Dollar going to take his time moving through this left tube area here. Going to dump that one in with the chain coming in. Link 1 is there first. Does get the hand on it. He's going to back that one out there to Dollar. Dollar now going to take his time, send that one into up to Link 1. Link 1 going off the backboard there. What a shot there from Link 1 as they realize now, again, I forgot to clear that folder. So I will be silent for just one moment. Is Link subbing or is he part of the team? He is part of the team. He was brought on somewhat recently, as far as I'm aware. So just moving those files in that folder. There we go. All right, and we are back. So this one now, Mozzie. Ooh, what an interception there from Swagger. He's going to send it in for that tube shot, or that bounce shot, but it is going to ding off of there. But Cyanide now is trying to get his hand on that disc, turning this one around, moving out of the bubble a little bit. Backing that one out, going to Swagger Nuts on the floor there. Swagger with a little bit of a swim move, going to back this one out there for Cyanide, and Cyanide going to be cautious here and back this one out to Princess at the point. The Princess going to push this one into Swagger. Swagger's going to send that one up, looking for Cyanide there, but it's just off the mark. So now both teams trying to get a hand on it. Swagger does get the smack, but up to Link 1, excuse me, that was Cyanide with the smack. And Link 1 got it, and then to Sports, and then to Mozzie. And Mozzie's going to clear it out, and now we have some stuns coming out. As Mozzie with some stuns. Excuse me, there were some chains coming out, and then Mozzie getting some stuns. So now this one going to be taken by Dollar Ranger. Deception with an opportunity here. Excuse me. And then, oh, Princess with the steal. Going to send that one out, but not out of the zone. So maybe a little bit of a race into the hands of Cyanide. Cyanide going to back that one out there. But Link 1 does get the slap, and that one goes all the way down into the Invictus bubble. So maybe an opportunity, another opportunity here for Deception. As who's that Cyanide not able to get the hand on it. So Link 1 now, he's going to back that one out to Sports. Sport's going to send that one in, looking for Mozzie, but just off the mark. And out of the hands of Cyanide, he's going to send that one out through mid. And it's going to bounce around mid as it is Deception back there first. It's going to find the hands of Sports. He's going to send that one through the tube there to Link 1. Link 1 going to get stunned out. That one's going to float high to the ceiling there, taken now by Sports. Sports going to send that one in to Dollar. Dollar going to come in 1-on-2, but he's going to ding it off the post. But then Mozzie going to grab that rebound and put it in for the 2. And now Deception up by 4. We are about 3.5 minutes here into round 1.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we'll be Invictus with the Joust advantage here. Going to be taken there by Grief. Grief going to send it to that right tube to Cyanide. Cyanide going to move through. Take his time, going to walk that one in, get a cross pass there to Swagger. Swagger's going to get stunned out there by Mozzie, and then now handled by Dollar. He's going to send that one in. Try to send it out, bounces through mid, but does find the hands there of Link. He's going to send that one in, looking for Mozzie. But Mozzie not able to get the hand on it, and then Princess getting stunned out, so that disc, that pass, the throw going a little wild there. So now that one's going to get backed out to Dollar. And Dollar's going to go down to the floor to Sports. Sports going to go up there to Link 1. And Link 1 is going to bring that one in for the 2. And that is Deception now up by 6 here in this round 1.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
It's a nice little pass sequence there from Deception to bring that one in. And then a good shot on the goal there with the goalie. The Grief going to looking for that pass at left too, but it hits that station block. It's going to bounce all the way down now into the Deception zone, but now taken by Mozzie, who's going to send it back, but right in the hands there of Grief. He's looking to send that one in, but just hitting that Pac-Man block. So Princess does get the hand on it, going to send that one to the floor there. Ooh, Swagger able to get that one in for the 2, and unfortunately, my thumbs, my digit dexterity is not what it should be, as you'll see. The replay, I scuffed the camera on the way in there. I do apologize for that. That is my mistake. So this one now going to be taken by Sports. And a Deception with the Joust advantage for the first time in this game. Dollar going to back that one across there to Sports. Sports going back to Dollar. Dollar back to Sports. And a good stun there by Dollar to get them free. As now Swagger trying to get back to Sports. Sports going up to Dollar. Dollar going to maybe walk this one in. Ooh! But a big stop there by Swagger. And Cyanide's going to get that one sent out, at least to mid. And now maybe a bit of a race for it. As Sports takes that one. Going to send that one up to Dollar. Dollar now moving into the bubble. Look for a pass option. Ooh! Dollar with the juke. Able to send that one in for the 2. And now Deception up again by 6.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So this one going to be taking my grief, going to that right tube there, but a little bit too far ahead of Cyanide, who is able to get it, and sending it in, looking for the 3. Just off the mark, but that Princess is able to get there. And get the slap on and get that one in for the 2, as you hear the nice slap go out there from Deception. Someone on Deception. I didn't quite catch who it was.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So now it will be Deception with the Joust advantage, currently up by 4. And Sport's going to take that one, send it to that left tube. Link 1 does get the grab. Interception was close there. That was Swagger, I do believe. So Link 1 going to send this one. Goes up to Sportster off of the bow tie. Sport's going back there to Link. Link now. Ooh, what a steal there from Swagger. He's going to send that one deep all the way down into the Deception zone. And so both teams getting some players out here. Deception looking like they're going to get there first. But oh no, Link overshooting that one a little bit. And then that shot coming in. And my camera work getting a little bit questionable here in this round 1. 2.5 minutes to go. Deception up 8-4. Pass there to Cyanide. Cyanide going back looking for that back pass to the cutting man. But just off. And now that one, Mozzie trying to clear it out. Not quite out. Princess does get a hand on it, but not before getting stunned out. So Dollar's going to get that one sent out. So now we're going to see some chains coming in. Link 1 overshooting a little bit, but Dollar getting the shot. Oh, what a save there from Swagger in the goal. Beautiful stop. Actually, we're going to get the replay on that one. Hopefully we got it. I think we did. Now Dollar, another opportunity here for Deception. A pass in there. And dinging that one off of the post. And then Princess getting a slap on it. Going to send that one out back towards mid. Cyanide getting there first. But Cyanide getting stunned out. And then Mozzie with the disc. Mozzie looking to get that one back there. Does get it to Dollar. Dollar now on the tubes. And something goofy with that camera angle as of late. But anyways, Cyanide looking to do something with that one. Going back to Swagger Nuts. I'm just going to confuse the whole audience here. It's going to keep going in circles. Keep going in circles. Princess now with the disc. Gonna move this one in. Back that one out to Grief. Grief. And I will stop at the circles now. That was a little obnoxious. And I look for that far side pass, but it is not on. So Link 1 now with the disc. Gonna send that one up to Dollar. Dollar looking in to send that one in through that mail slot from 26 meters out. And it is good at 19 meters a second. And I notice he did turn to the side there to get that 19. Thinking there's something about turning your character to the side that helps with shooting those 19s, and I don't really understand it, but I am getting curious. Now Deception currently up by 7. As Cyanide does handle that one, sending that one in. Ooh, excuse me, that was Invictus with the Joust advantage. Deception sending that one in deep. Yeah, now being handled by Mozzie. Good steal there by Swagger, but Swagger getting stunned out. And then some back and forth there. A lot of noises. You can hear the steal audio playing. So Link 1 brings that one in for the 2, and that will be the cap on the round. 13-4 there in favor of Deception. Ooh, all right, and I will take us to the scoreboard here, and maybe. There we go, round 1 end. And I'm going to mute myself, rest the voice, and give us some stats to look at.
Starting in 12, 11, 10, 9, 8,
All right, and we are off for round 2 here. And it is Invictus winning that joust, initial joust. Getting that one all the way into the Deception bubble, and it is going to bounce out of the bubble, but still not in the hands of anybody. Taken now by Swagger. Swagger under pressure, going to back that one out. Ooh, the camera lagging it behind a little bit there. Then Swagger does get it again, but then a grab, maybe a bit of a headbutt. But now into the hands of Princess. Princess going to back this one out here. Look over her options. Goes to that, the man on the ceiling there. That is Dollar Ranger is going to get stunned out. And, oh my goodness, the way the camera did that action on the way back out to that wall, that was a little disorienting. But now the Princess going up to the ceiling there to Swagger. And Swagger finding Grief on the other side. Grief going to walk this one in with a little whirly-twirly, but dinging it off the post. This one's going to bounce out to Princess. Princess going to Swagger on the ceiling. Swagger looking for a cut pass to somebody in the bubble, but off the mark. So Princess again going to send this one back into Swagger here on the ceiling. Swagger, ooh, under pressure, getting stunned out there by Dollar. And Dollar now is just going to send this one all the way down into the Invictus zone. And maybe some boost coming out here. A whole bunch of leeches going off there as it is into the hands of Link 1. Link 1 now sending that one. Ooh, that one bouncing cruelly off the post. But then finding Dollar Ranger is able to bring that one in for the 2. And that's first blood here. Minute 24 into round 2 for Deception.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now this one going to be handled by Grief. Going to send it to that left tube area to Princess, who gets stunned out, but does get the pass across there to Cyanide. Not quite on the mark. Cyanide getting it, but then stunned out quickly by Dollar, who's going to send that one all the way out. Then we're going back down into the Invictus zone, into their bubble. Dollar Ranger trying to get there first, does get the shot on. And what a shot there from Dollar, putting it in for the 3 from 10 meters out. And now Deception up by 5.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So now Princess quickly sending that one to that left tube to Grief. Grief getting stunned out, and now Link 1, but Grief stunning Link 1 is sending that one in deep. And so both teams trying to get somebody there. But it is Sports in the backfield getting the hand on that, and he's going to send that one all the way down into the Invictus bubble. Where Swagger Nuts is there first, but getting stunned out with a partial clear. And now handled by Dollar Ranger. Dollar going to send that one down to Sports. Sports going to send it back up to Dollar. Dollar looking to go back to Sports, but it's off the mark, and Sports was still in that stun, but now going back to Dollar. Dollar going to walk this one in and put it in for the 2 there from 6 meters out. And now Deception up by 7.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now Grief going to take that one, send it. Looking for the left tube, but it bounces off that station block. And now handled by Sports. Sports going to send that one in right into the hands of Grief. He's going to give it right back. I believe that was Dollar. And Dollar sending that one in to the Invictus zone. Getting his own clear in. And now Link 1 coming in on the goal. Does put it in for the 2. Just out of the frame of the camera there.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're underway. Blue clears it out.
That chain from Deception almost stopping that initial pass, but now still in control is Invictus. As who's that? Grief now moving into the zone, passing that one up to Cyanide. Cyanide looking for a cross pass there, but bounces off of that star block. So now taken by Mozzie. Mozzie's going to be patient with it. Wait for his team to set up. Now moving up, sending that one up there to Link 1. Link 1 incidentally passing it off, handing it off to Sports. Sports is going to move in with it. Send it into that trench there, and but Grief is going to get the hand on it. Trying to send it out, but not out all the way. As it's now handled by Sports. Sports going in. Does find Link 1 there. Link 1 crossing there to Mozzie. Mozzie's going to bring this one in for the 2. And now Deception up by 11 here in round 2.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
As you do see a player drop there from Invictus. I did not see the time on the clock, but I did see this. I did remember the score. It was 11-0. But it does look like teams are on top of that. And so we do have the reset. 4:51 on the clock. 11-0 here for Deception. As Invictus waiting for their player to return in the game here.
Orange team ready. Blue team ready. Round starting in 12, 11, 10.
All right, and as we get ready to restart here in round 2, as I said, Deception up by 11. They did take round 1, 13 to 4. So Grief going to take this one, sending it to that right tube there to Cyanide. He's going to send that one in deep. Does find Princess, who's going to hit Swagger. Oh my goodness, I can't keep up here. Lagged a little bit behind there. Cyanide now with the disc. Going to pass that one up to Grief. Grief going to Princess on the side wall here. Princess going up to Swagger, who is going to bring that one in for the 2. And now Invictus finally getting some points on the board, reducing that lead to 9 with just about 4:10 to go here on round 2.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're now going to be taken by Sports. He's going to send that to that left tube to Link 1. Link 1 under a little bit of pressure with the trailing man here. It is Swagger, but still gets the pass to Mozzie. Mozzie looking for Link, but just off the mark. Someone's going to bounce out, but be handled there. Excuse me, by Dollar. Dollar going back to Sports. Sports going back to Dollar. Dollar under pressure. Just look at maybe a pass there intended for Mozzie. We're going a bit wide, and the goalie comes out to play it. Sports trying to get the hand on it, and he does. But look over his options. Find his Dollar on the opposite side. Dollar going to go in. Find Link 1. Link 1 crossing there to Mozzie. Mozzie is going to try to go off the backboard, but it goes a little bit high. The cross pass there to Dollar. Dollar taking the shot, but again, off the mark. And this one going to bounce out a little bit. Princess getting the hand on it and sending it all the way out now. 3 minutes to go. Deception still leading 11-2. Link 1 getting the hand on the disc, sending that one back to the goalie there to Sports. Sports going up to the ceiling to Dollar, and Dollar going to send that one out all the way deep in here, and it's going to be handled there by Link 1. Link 1 going to shove that one underhand, but then under pressure there, going to get stunned out, and then that one's going to get slapped out. I didn't quite catch, maybe Cyanide getting the slap on it. But the booster out, so it's going to be handled by Link 1. Link 1 going to send that one up there to Dollar. Dollar going all the way up there to Mozzie. Mozzie going back to Dollar. Dollar going back to Mozzie. Mozzie going to walk in. Ooh, and the steal. Cyanide getting the steal on that one. Trying to send that one out. Still in the Invictus zone, but they do finally get the clear, and that one goes all the way down into the Deception zone. And it is good for the 3. Swagger nuts from 54 meters out at 18 meters a second. Yeah, I don't know if that was an intended shot, but it was good.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So now only a 6-point game here. Deception leading 11-5 with the Joust advantage, sending that one looking for Dollar in that right too, but it's off the mark. But ultimately finding Link 1. He's trying to go back to Dollar, but again, off the mark. Dollar does get the hand on it. Trying to find Sports there, but can't quite get in the hands. So Sports does eventually get it, going back up there to Dollar. And Dollar going to send this one in deep. Going to bounce off the floor there, but it is now into the Invictus bubble. The Princess going to get the grab on it, send it back out towards that left tube. Now handled by Dollar. Dollar going to send that one in. And, ooh, good passing sequence there. It is good for the 2. And a Deception extending the lead back up to 8.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
It's going to be about 50 seconds to go. It's a 3-goal difference. It's 8 points. Grief going to that right tube. Looking for, I believe that was Cyanide. Yes, does ultimately get there. Oh, but then that one getting picked off quickly by Link 1, who's going to bounce it off of that nest block. Mozzie going to send that one back to Sports there. Sports now going to draw the defense out a little bit. Does find Mozzie. Mozzie just going to dump that one out all the way into the Invictus zone. And now trying to get to it. Mozzie just going to casually throw that one in at the empty net, but it does go wide. 15 seconds. That one going to get slapped out of the bubble. Does find the hands of Cyanide, but before Cyanide can send it out, Dollar gets a stun. Dollar going to turn this around, set it down to the floor there. Does hit Link 1. Link 1 does get that last goal in for the exclamation point, and that will be a 15-5 round 2 victory to Deception and a game 2 victory to Deception. All right, and so yeah, that is victory to Deception. Unfortunately, we did have that reset, so we don't have a whole bunch of stats to go over here. For the last minute there, game high points. The last 5 minutes, game high points to Swagger with 5, although that's not entirely accurate. Then 2 apiece to Sports and Link 1, and you can see a couple assists, a couple saves, and a steal on the board there. But yeah, well done here to Deception, taking this one over Invictus. In 2, it will not hold us for very long. There are more games going on over on VRML1. There's actually one more game on the evening. And that is going to be to cap us off, Chaos versus Boosty Boys. So yeah, that's going to be, like I said, over on VRML1. So go ahead and head over there at your leisure. We are going to be done here on VRML2 for the evening. Thank everybody for out there for being here with us. I see Caden saying GG in the chat, along with Alakos. Thank you guys for being here. Kim was here at one point. Thank you for being here, Kim. And anyone else who was there stayed silent for that stream. Thank you for joining us here on VRML2. I have been SirDimwi. That was Deception versus Invictus. Be sure to wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away from everybody you love. And stay healthy. Stay safe. And have a good night.